Hello, I'm Val and welcome to my channel. I thought I'd give you a final look through my chunky junky journal, which has got enormously fat. I think it's part of the obesity crisis, it's so big. And it might have the odd few things in the future added to it, but it is, I can't add anything bulky to it now. It just would fall apart, I think. So this is pretty much complete. I've added a few bits and pieces to it here, and we've got part of an earring. I think I lost one of the earrings. That's a bead from the other one. There's a nice bee charm. I think that's really pretty. I'm very fond of bees. And there's a couple of pieces that came from a bracelet I broke up, so I've reused those. So those on the outside, a nice little dangly thing at the edge. And I'll show you what's inside. I won't go through everything, obviously, because we'd be here all morning. But I'll show you a few of the things that you might not have seen that I've added since the last time you had a look through. So I've got my opening pages. I still really like this. I just think it's fun. Oh, this page was a nuisance. I decorated it and then decided I didn't like it, so I added more things over top and then still didn't like it. And I've stuck in a few more things and yeah, it's okay. I'm not thrilled with it, but it will do. What else? I think the tiger was in here last time you looked. So I'm just going to add little orange things as I see them. Anything that goes with the colour scheme there. This still needs something added to it. Oh, I found a flower press in a charity shop. So that was the little leaflet that came with it. So I've got some flowers pressing at the moment to see how well they turn out. That was an ATC that someone sent to me. And that went quite nicely with that image from a book there. The colours seem to tie in. I still love these. These are some stickers where, I think I've told you this before, they had animal heads on them, sort of quirky animal heads on human bodies, and I thought the animal heads looked too weird. So I cut them off and I added, these are from book illustrations of ancient costumes. So I just love the contrast between the modern bodies and the ancient, if I can say it, heads. And then we've got, what else have we got? It's part of a packet of peanuts, because I feed the birds in the garden. There's a bit of matchbook cover. Can't speak this morning, honestly, my words. I did splash acrylic paint over various pages where I couldn't work out what to do with them. So they got painted at least. This is still, I think, one of my favourites, where everyone is looking at everyone else. Some labels from bags of fruit and from a bag of courgettes. Here's the painting of the naked lady where I added a dress for her. And we got little pockets everywhere and things put in there. That's from a vintage birthday card. And that's obviously Little Red Riding Hood. And that is a wolf who is definitely thinking she's for dinner. He's not even looking at the sheep over there. I went through a phase of eating these little snacking fruits. So there are various of these bags that turn up in this journal and others. Another page where I've splashed paint on. So I will add some more details around here. A dove of peace, that was from a Christmas card. I think the world could do with a few doves of peace at the moment. There's a little button card. I've been making a few of those lately. There's a tiger. I should have put a picture under there, really, under that clear part where the bird is. Might go back and do that. The Duchess of Alba. look at her shoes. I still think that's what she's saying. Look at my shoes. A very pink page, and that's, I think it's George Washington. Those toys, if you're from the UK and of a certain vintage, you'll know those are the toys from Play School, which was a children's programme. And the toys were very familiar to lots of us. There was Little Ted, Big Ted, Jemima, Hamble, who was a bit sinister, and Humpty Dumpty. And my mum used to work for somebody who made me a Jemima doll, only she'd run out of brown or black wool, so Jemima had dark green hair. So she lasted for years, but eventually she did fall apart. She was only a rag doll, so she survived a lot of wear and tear, though. There's a Barbara Hepworth sculpture, which I absolutely love. I can't decide whether that makes me think more of an owl with owl eyes or an apple core. It is beautiful. That image I find a bit disturbing because it's cut from an art book, and it's an image that I've seen used on the front of a paperback copy of Lolita, which a bit of a risque novel. And yeah, I think there's the association in my mind of that image and that book, which is not a pleasant book when you think about it, a man's obsession with a young girl. So yeah. And pretty donkey, or is that a horse? A couple of printing stamps of mine, favourites, a reindeer and a fish. That's just a silly little drawing I did of a cat saying what's for dinner, because whatever you serve them for dinner, it's not what they want. There's a couple of tags in there. I need to go through and add some little fabric ties to these. And oh, there's that one as well, that image there. I think this needs something inside as well. It's quite plain. That keeps falling off, it keeps catching at the side of the book. So I've put loads of glue and washi tape on there to keep it in place. I've got a paper doll, and this is another paper doll I made recently. That was from a magazine illustration, and I thought that looked like petticoats at the bottom of her dress. And she's got some chocolate wrapper for a bodice and for a collar as well, and a few of those stick-on gems to bling her up. Those are just circles joined together with little paper clips. That's a bread bag. It was a clean one. Then we've got postcard of a quilt. When was that made? It was made by Priscilla Redding, 1654 to 1723. So that would have been entirely hand sewn. That is beautiful. And more snacking fruit. And this page, I painted it blue and added some stickers, including the shark. And these were some ATCs that were sent to me when I was part of a Facebook group. And they were all sea themed, so they fitted in quite well with that page. So pop those back in there. And that's pretty much at the end of the book. We've got another bird under there. And the party animals. So that's my chunky junky journal. And yeah, he's a fat boy. Look at it, honestly. So I had a lot of fun with that one. And I have started a second one, which is still in its very early stages. And I've just, I've gone through and added a bit of paint to various pages. and I've started sticking things into it, but there's still a lot of empty space in there. That was from a bag of rice crackers, and I stuck clints, I don't know how you say that, the kiss in there. I used some Yoo-hoo, which is it's blue coloured Yoo-hoo, and it's supposed to dry clear, but you can still see the blue. Sellotape pack, popcorn bag. Yeah, so you can see what I painted on some of these pages, and I've added some packing tape there. So yeah, that will be another journal which I'll keep adding to as the month goes on, or next month goes on, and maybe that will emerge to be a similar size to this one. So that's all for now. So thank you for watching, and hope you have a good day. Bye bye.